everybody in the virtual village hall, and welcome to today's Dance for Parkinson's seated session. So it's a hot one today. Make sure that you have got some water with you, very important. Feel free to just sit and watch the class if you want to, and because you can always access these sessions again when the temperature is a little bit cooler. Pace yourself, even if you just want to join in, maybe like the first exercise and just sit and watch the rest. Like I said, you can always come back to the other ones later on. Just do what you know it's safe for you to do in this heat. Okay, so you will need a chair because it is a seated session. So ideally a chair without arms, because we're going to be moving our arms lots and we don't want them to kind of get in the way. We have the dog in today. This is Stanley. He loves making an appearance in my ballet classes, so and he likes lying on my cool dance flooring, so we'll just leave him there today. Normally he's sent out of the room when it's one of my sessions, but we'll just leave him where he's cool today. So thank you so much for joining me. Anyway, let's get started. Like I said, this is a chair-based session. Feel free to adapt anything that you need to. Lots of fun tunes today we're going to be working with. So let's go over to our chairs. So we are sitting in the middle of the chair, feet nice and flat on the floor. I forgot to say, please feel free to say hello in the comments. Say hello to Stanley if you want to. Send a message for Stanley. I'm quite used to receiving emails from my own adults and silver swans that start off, hello Johanna and Stanley, because he loves to make an appearance in my classes. So, like I said, sitting in the middle of a chair, let me know where you're joining in from today. We don't want our back to be resting against the chair. If you do feel as though you do need the support of the chair, then make sure you're sitting right back up against it so that the whole of the back is supported. Feet nice and flat on the floor. Take a break whenever you need to. Make sure you've got some water and just stay nice and hydrated throughout the session. So we're going to begin with a warm-up. Feet nice and flat on the floor. Careful you haven't got them wrapped around the chair or tucked underneath. And feet underneath your knees. We're going to start off with a really fun warm-up. I hope you'll know this piece of music. Thought we'd go for something a little bit summery and beach themed today. So we'll warm ourselves up. Let's imagine that we're putting on our sun cream. So we'll squidge and we'll build up. We'll massage in the sun cream. We'll work through different parts of our body. We'll put it on our arms, our legs, onto our face, just getting everything nice and warmed up. Nice summer themed warm up for us. So let's get started. Okay, so we'll squidge out the sun cream. Let's rub it between our hands. And don't forget the backs of your hands as well. Good. Let's make a start on our face now. So let's massage our cheeks. Releasing any tension in there. While putting on our sun cream. And let's tingle on our forehead. There we go. Massage it in a little bit as well. Good. Let's go on to our arms. Into our shoulders. Help us out the sun cream on the shoulders. Down the arms. Okay, let's squidge it in. Squish all the way through down your arm. And let's pat it in now. Let's wipe off any excess. And wiping it off. And wiping it off. Good, let's go for the other arm. Up into the shoulder, rubbing in that sun cream. All the way down to the hands, inside of the arm, outside the arm. Squidging. And tapping. Patting it in. We can do some light fingers as well. And big brush. Big brush. are a little bit tingly. That's correct. Let's make a start on our legs now. So into your thigh, front and back. Into your knee. Into your calf, front and back. Squidging. And tapping. Okay, big brush. Big brush. Big brush. Good. One leg left to go. Rubbing in the sun cream, front and back, all around the knee. And squidging. And patting. Let's brush it off. And we'll brush it off. One more. And we'll finish off there. Very good timing. Just in time for the end of the track. Well done, everyone. Right. Okay. So, we have 3 pieces today that I'd really like to try and get through. The first one is, well, perfect for today. It's Bring Me Sunshine. Of course, we have to go for the Morecambe and Wise version of this. Got a little bit of Morecambe and Wise in there. Of course, and I just think it's such an upbeat tune. I absolutely love it, and it will bring such positivity into our lives on this beautiful sunny day. So, I'm sure we're all quite familiar with the words. So a lot of the arms link with the lyrics. So we're going to start off with Bring Me Sunshine in your smile, and we're going to do a little side to side, and we can have good fun with that. Okay, so bring me sunshine in your smile, bring me laughter, and we're going to have some jazzy hands, and you can use your shoulders and you can use your face as well if you want to. Okay, and then we're going to do a little stretch for our back. So our arms are going to come out, and it does actually link quite nicely to the lyrics later on as well, this. So we're going to bring our hands in, and your hands are going to basically touch your elbows. But as we do this, we're going to let our head disappear between our arms. I'll just turn to face the side so you can see there. So we're bending and releasing in our back, and we get a really nice stretch in our back there. And then we can sit up nice and tall, and you can have a little lifted feeling there if you want to. And we're going to come back in again, and then we're going to go back out again. And we repeat again. Bring me sunshine. I just realised I just repeated the same lyrics and it's not. And jazzy hands. Jazzy hands. Then we'll let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring your arms in and bring them out. Now, let's be honest, there's one move that had to be included in this sequence, and it's coming up now. One hand behind your back, one hand behind just at the top of your neck, and then we'll go the other way. So this is on the little musical link in the middle. We had to have it in there. You can't not do, could you? Can't do Bring Me Sunshine and not have those arms in there. Then let's get our feet working a little bit. So we'll reach out, and if you want to, you can reach out with your arms. Ideally, we want to use the opposite, one forwards, one to the side. If you just want to focus on the legs today, then that's absolutely fine. You can always access this session again, and you can always make it more difficult by putting in the arms. And then it repeats again from the beginning. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Should we just have a go just at that little opening phrase, because it does actually repeat 3 times. So let's just have a go so you know what it feels like. Okay. Off we go.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while.
Into your arms, moving in and out.
bright tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Be happy.
Like I said, we have that phrase repeat 3 times in this, and then the middle section we've already discussed about how we have our Morecambe and Wise arms. At the very, very end, the music goes a little bit different. So let's just talk about that ending. We've just done this little phrase. There we go. And we do one of these, and then it goes, bring me... Now just testing my knowledge of the lyrics, just picking it up midway through. Bring me fun, bring me laughter, bring me love, I want to say. Hands go up, and then it repeats again. So one hand up, the other hand up, and then lowering down. So let's try that again. So 1, 2, bringing your hands up, and then we'll go high and high and lowering back down. There's only one way how Morecambe and Wise exit. So in your own time, imagine you're exiting off into the distance, doing your Morecambe and Wise arms. Okay, so I wonder if we could just pick it up near the end so we can just have a go at the timing of that little one hand, the other hand, because the rest of it is really straightforward. And you can follow along with me as well. This will do from here. That was good. Here we go.
Be as warm as the sun from
Here we go. So we go.
Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love.
One
Bring
up,
me fun,
the other up,
bring me sunshine, bring
and
me
down, ending, just exit off. Good. Okay, so there you go. You know the whole sequence now. Let's have a go with music. You can't help but put a big smile on your face when you hear this music, can you? Right, let's go. Off we go. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Jazzy hands.
me laughter
And you can use your face as
all
well.
the while.
Big arms.
World where we live, there should
And
be
out.
more happiness.
And bring them in.
Joy you can give.
And back. Let's repeat again from the beginning.
Happy
Arms up. Sway.
through the years.
2, 3, 4.
Never
Jazzy hands.
bring me any tears.
Arms. Let your arms be as warm
As the sun from up above.
You can sing along if you want
Bring
to.
me sunshine.
Get ready. Morecambe Wise arms. Here we go.
Bring me sunshine.
And the other way.
In your smile.
The other way.
Bring me
One
laughter.
more. Let's have a go with our feet.
In this world where we live,
And
there
it
should be
reads.
more happiness.
And it can just be
So
repeating in
much
one.
joy you can give.
And now it repeats from the beginning. Ow.
Happy through the years.
Side to side.
Never bring me any tears.
Arms one more time.
Arms
Now get ready for your big ending.
as the sun from
Are we ready? Low hands.
Bring me fun.
Low hands.
Sunshine. Bring
Lift them up.
sweet love.
And upper hands.
Bring me
And
sunshine.
down. Into your ending. Exiting off. Good. Well done, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed that. Can't help but smile. Okay, now we're going to go to the land of musical theatre now for some Mary Poppins. I look forward to the subtitles for this, having a go at this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Let's see how the subtitles work on on Facebook for working out that one. So, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And this is going to be a little bit more about our feet. Yes, we have we have the chorus, which keeps repeating, and we have some arms, which we repeat every time it comes around to the chorus. Sorry, yes, the chorus. But when it's the verse, we have some foot exercises that we're going to do. So I'll start off by teaching the chorus first of all. Again, it's another song that everybody's nice and familiar with. So, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We're going to point our finger like we're telling people all about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Other way. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay, let's have another go at that again. Hope I'm getting the lyrics right here. I am. Alright, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Then we're going to diddle-diddle-lie, and what we'll do at this moment is we'll bring one hand round, diddle-diddle-lie, diddle-diddle-lie. Okay, so we've got some nice musical theatre arms here. Little bit of Dick Van Dyke there. Okay, so we'll go from Lily Julie Andrews into a little bit of Dick Van Dyke. Then we go into the foot exercises. So I'll tell you what, let's just have a go at that opening. Let's get nice and familiar with that little sequence, because again, this sequence of the arms repeats 3 times. Okay, let's have a go.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Good. Okay, right. Nice and straightforward. Let's have a go with the feet now. So we're going to just tap the beat of music with our toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to go out and in with our feet. So we're going turning the toes away. Then we're bringing them back to straight. Turning your toes away and bringing them back to straight. And we have 8 of them to do. I've lost count. I think we've done about 8 there. Then, maybe we did more actually there. Got too carried away, too enthusiastic for supercalifragilistic because it comes back round again. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-diddle-lie. Good. Then back to the feet again. So this time they talk about going on travels. So I thought we'd see, it's like we're walking. So we're going to lift our heel up and then we'll lift our foot into the air. We'll ripple down the toes and then the foot. Heel lifts, toes point, toes down, heel down. Lift. Imagine you're walking through something really muddy or some treacle. There's some little bit of resistance. They're slow steps. If you want to, you can use your arms. We'll do some really dramatic slow walks. You can keep your hands on your legs if you want to, because the focus is on the feet for this exercise. Getting our feet moving in different ways. Like I said, we want to really try and go through the foot as much as we can, and then the toes relax on the floor and then the heel, so we're really getting the use of that, what we call articulated footwork in the dance world, okay? Heel lifts and ripple through. And then guess what comes again? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And that's where the exercise will finish off. So, you know that little repetitive sequence now. The first time with the feet, we're just tapping the beat. And then we do tapping out and in and out and in. The second time it comes around to the foot exercises, that's where we're rippling through our feet. But don't worry, I'll be dancing it along with you. And don't forget as well, because it is stored in the virtual village hall, you can always access it back on Facebook or YouTube. So if you want to have another go at these routines, they're stored on there for you. Okay, let's go from the beginning. Make sure you're sitting in the middle of your chair, sitting nice and comfy. Feeling like Julie Andrews or Dick Van Dyke, using both characters within this. Let's go.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite
One
atrocious.
hand.
If you say it
The
loud
other
enough,
hand.
you'll always sound
And
precocious.
then to your ready and the other hand. Foot exercise. Ready, toe.
Cause I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave me nails a quick.
Now we're going out and in.
But then
Out.
one day I learned it was the sight we ate the dogs.
Get ready, it's coming round again.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something
One hand.
You can say it loud
The
enough.
other hand. And until your hips. Get ready, up the little up the line. Other hand. Get ready, we're going for a walk.
He traveled all around the world and everywhere he went, he used his word
Your
more
left
to say there
toe
goes a clever
is
deal.
When you some wild Rogers pass a time of day with me,
Get ready.
special right and we are thrilled to tease.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
One more.
Even though the sound of it is something
One hand.
if you say it loud
The
enough,
other hand. And onto your hips. Oh, you incredible with that there. Well done, everybody. Kids! Oh, we've had some very upbeat music, haven't we? For today's session. Bring me sunshine, straight to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And now we're going to finish off with one of the routines that it was actually requested that I repeat this by one of the participants from last session. So, this is because they enjoyed it so much. So this is going to be a windmill in Old Amsterdam. So if it's new for you, it's I love this one. Such a great piece of music. And we've got a little bit of acting in there as well with this one. Of course, it's such the song tells such a story, doesn't it? So it's a lot of fun to do this one as well. So we're going to start off with, we can just sway on the introduction. And then when the main song comes in, a mouse lives in a windmill in Old Amsterdam. So we're just swaying and tapping your legs very lightly. Okay, and we do that 4 times. Then we're going to do a big circle of our arm, like a windmill. So the arm is going to go down and up, really reaching out, and the other hand reaching out. Okay, so sway and tap and sway and tap, sway and tap and sway and tap, and we sang every morning. How lucky! I think I'm picking up the lyrics at the right part there. In Old Amsterdam, there we go. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stair. Where on the stairs? Right there. So we have some little actions at this bit. I saw a mouse. Now I'm pretty sure everybody would have the same reaction for this moment. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. So we can really use our face. Lots of acting at this moment. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. So we're going to use our feet now. Step and tap. You can just tap the ball of your foot. Step and tap. And step and tap, and you can keep your hands on your legs, or if you want to, you can imagine you've got on a skirt and you're just giving it a little swish from side to side. So hands on your legs, or with a little swishy skirt. It's up to you. Okay, so let's go again from the beginning. So we start off with our sways. And one hand and opening out, da da da. The other hand, ba 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 ba. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Step and a tap and a step and a tap and a step. Da 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 dum bum bum. Ba da 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 da. Okay, should we have a go at that first half? And then we'll add in the second half.
A mouse lived in a windmill in old Amsterdam. A windmill with a mouse in, and he wasn't mousing. He sang every morning, how lucky
The other
I am.
arm.
Living in the windmill
Get
in
ready.
old Amsterdam.
I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stairs. Where on the stairs? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on.
Well, I declare, going clip, clippity clop on the stairs. Oh yeah,
Okay,
this
good.
mouse he
Right.
got low.
So, next half. This mouse, he got lonesome. Let's brush through our whiskers. So we can use our fingers here. And then we're going to point to each of the mice. 3, 4. And then we repeat again. We brush through our whiskers. And then we'll point going the other way. And then it repeats back to, I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip, clippity, clop on the stairs. Okay, and that's where the sequence will end. Could we pick it up from where we've just finished, please? So we can do this second half. So this is where we're brushing through our whiskers and we're pointing at each of the mice.
A wife, a windmill with mice in it.
That's the bit we want.
Clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip, clippity clop on the stair.
Here we go.
Oh yeah. This mouse he got lonesome, he took him a wife.
And a point.
Windmill with mice in it, hardly surprising.
And
She
brush
sang every
through.
morning, how lucky I am.
One more.
Living in the windmill in old
Get
Amsterdam.
ready. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Step and tap.
Well, I declare, going clip, clippity clop on the stair.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Should we have a go at piecing it all together now? Like I said, this session is saved for you to access it because I realise it's very hot today. Take a drink, take a break wherever you need to. And like I said, if you feel as though you've had to sit down for the remainder of this session, you can always access it back and finish off the session another time. Okay, let's have a go for our windmill in Old Amsterdam. Let's go from the beginning. Sway attack.
A mouse lived in a windmill in
Sway
old
attack.
Amsterdam. A windmill with a mouse
Windmill
in,
arms
and he
coming
wasn't
up.
mousing. He sang every morning, how lucky
Other
I
arm.
am. Living in the windmill.
It's our
in
acting
old
section.
Amsterdam. I saw a mouse. Where? There on the stair. Where on the stair?
Right there.
A little mouse with clogs
Clogs.
on. Well, I
Step and tap.
going clip, clippity clop on the stair.
Ready? We've got to brush through our mouse's
yeah.
whiskers now.
This mouse he got lonesome, he took him
Now
a
point
wife.
to each of the
A
mice.
windmill with mice in it, hardly
Brush
surprising.
through
She
your
sang
whiskers.
every morning, how lucky I
And
am.
point.
Living in the windmill in old
Get
Amsterdam.
ready.
I saw a mouse.
Where?
Where?
There.
on the stair.
Where?
on the stair.
Right there.
A little mouse with clogs on.
Step
Well,
and
I
tap.
declare, going
Step and tap.
clippity-clop on the
Step and tap.
stair. Oh yeah.
Good. Okay, well done everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're just going to finish off with a little cool down now. But thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed those 3 exercises. Bring me sunshine, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, windmill in Old Amsterdam. Let me know in the comments which one was your favourite today. And let's just finish off with our cool down now. So feet nice and flat on the floor. And we're just going to focus on our breathing. Okay, so you can close your eyes if you want to. Okay, so just focusing on your breathing. Okay, so just feeling your face muscles relaxing. Let's start off by relaxing our forehead. And relaxing your cheeks. Relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing your arms. Feeling the weight of your hands just relaxing into your legs. Feeling your thighs relaxing. And now your knees. And your calves. Finally letting your feet relax. And if you want to open your eyes back up again. And we're going to relax our hands down by our sides. Okay, so bringing your thumb to your shoulder. Now let's reach our hand up. Now keeping both sides of your bottom on the chair. We're just going to take a little stretch over to the side, just a gentle stretch. Let's go the other way. So thumb to your shoulder. And reaching your hand up. Keeping your bottom nice and steady on the chair. Little reach over. And up. Okay, now let's open our arms out. A little bit like we did in Bring Me Sunshine. Where we're going to relax through our back. And opening out. Like we have big wings. Folding in. And opening out. And in. And opening out. And let's lower our hands down to finish off. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next month in the virtual village hall. Bye, everyone.